Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Disney is going to make a live-action Aladdin spin-off movie on Prince Anders. Now I know what you're probably asking yourself. Who in the freak nuts is Prince Anders? I had to do some hard thinking because I've only seen the live-action Aladdin movie once. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's one of Jasmine's suitors. He's based on Prince Ahmed from the animated movie. Remember him? He was the mean guy who wanted to date Jasmine or marry her, and Raja bit him in the butt, exposing his boxers. And when he told the Sultan, good luck marrying her off. And then when he saw Aladdin, because some kid tried to do something with him, and then he kicked the kid, and Aladdin tried to step in, and he told Aladdin, as he pushed Aladdin in the mud, that you're just a dirty street rat. You were born a street rat, and you're gonna die a street rat, and only your fleas will mourn you. Remember that guy? So he's based off of that guy. And to be completely honest with you, I don't even remember Prince Anders in the movie. I don't remember if he's nice. I don't remember if he's mean. I don't remember if he's like, a dork. I don't remember nothing. And so this has left people baffled online as to why in the world is Disney gonna make a spin-off of the Aladdin movie with him, and he probably only got a few minutes of screen time, if not less than that. Because a lot of people are like, all right, if you're gonna make an Aladdin spin-off, why not make it of the genie? The genie is free. He still has his powers. He's dating Jasmine's assistant, and they have kids. And so that would be the logical solution. But the even better logical solution would be make Aladdin the Return of Jafar, because that is the actual sequel in the animated movie. Why make it off this random character nobody cares about and nobody remembers? And more importantly, I almost forgot there was an actual white person in Aladdin. This just looks bizarre. This man is white. He's wearing like Indian Arabian type clothes, and he's a prince. What the world? Now, I've had a problem with the live action Aladdin movie because I am a huge fan of both the animated movies. I like the third one too, but I love the first two, and I love the animated series. And the thing about Aladdin, the thing about Disney is that I'm all for wokeness. If you ever watch my channel, you know I'm all for diversity. I could care less if you race bend the character this and that. And one of the reasons why they're race bending so many characters and this and that in the live action Disney adaptations is because a lot of their properties are just white. And they don't have that much diverse movies to go on, and they're trying, and if they go through all of them, they're pretty much almost done. All they have to do is that what is that something frog movie, that Kiss That Frog movie, and Moana and Lilo and Stitch, and they will be done when it comes to diversity. And so like, but here in Aladdin you have a diverse movie. So why in the world did they race bend some of the characters in a movie that is already diverse? That made no sense. Like, despite Will Smith being the best thing in that entire movie, I still had a problem with the genie being black because of the simple fact, and I'm a black man, by the way, and because of the simple fact that the genie, although he's a mythical character and everything who's blue, his character is based on Indian Arabian culture and stuff. His hair, his clothes, clothes and shoes, yeah, his shoes and stuff like that. So it would have made sense for him to be an Indian type character or an Asian character, the Asian continent, in India and stuff like that. So it would have made more sense for the genie to be that instead of Will Smith. But the only reason why they did that is because the genie in the musical is black. But you know, I always thought that was just so weird that, you know, the genie's black and he has these like Indian type clothes and like, you know, and hairstyle, and it's just played by Will Smith. That was always just so weird to me and stuff. And you know, it was really just Will Smith being Will Smith and rapping and this and that. But then people were outraged about how Jasmine was played by a half white, half Indian woman, and she was very light skinned. And then, of course, you have, like, you know, the Prince Anders, who is white. And this is Disney doing what Disney always does when they try to include like everybody. But not everybody always has to be included. Sometimes it's okay to leave people out. That's like the Little Mermaid. Not the fact that the Little Mermaid was a black actress. I don't care about that. But the fact that really didn't make no sense was like her family. Like, the father was Spanish, and every child he made was like a different color of the rainbow from a different race. They was like different races from different countries and different accents, and it's like, dude, how did you make all these different races if you're Spanish and don't know what your wife looks like? Like, that didn't make no sense. But it was just Disney wanting to include everybody, similar how they wanted this to be more of a black theme with the Caribbean, so they had like a black queen, but she adopted the prince who's white, and of course the prince is the one from like the animated movie, and it's just like, make it make sense, man. So I never understood Will Smith being a genie, and more importantly, I never really understood Prince Anders, a white man who is dressed in Indian clothes, who is a prince, and probably rules over an Indian country. That is just too many red flags for people to complain. And the thing is, Disney should, like, I'm wondering if people are going to complain about this. If they complained about a half white, half Indian actress playing an Indian character, then you know they're gonna be up in arms about a white man who lives in an Indian Arabian type country, who dresses in their culture clothes, and who is gonna rule over their people. Like, what the world are they literally thinking? Now, I truly just don't understand that. Like, I mean, out of all the characters you wanted to spin off, you could have did a movie about, like I said before, like the genie or something like that. But him, he was barely in the movie. So why him of all people? Now, I believe truly it is because of what's been going on with Disney. Every time something diverse comes out, it's not doing particularly well. The writers aren't writing that good. The directors aren't directing that good. So things are starting to flop at the box office. Then all you have to do is wait 2 months and it's going to be on Disney Plus. So why go to the movie theaters? And yes, those toxic fanboys and fangirls, those anti-woke people, are a factor, I believe, in this as well. Because every time I see something online about like a Disney movie coming out, like Wish, which I've never seen, or what is that movie with the fire in the water elements or something like that? Every time something Disney puts out, I'm always seeing some white dude online screaming from the top of his lungs talking about stop pandering, or it's woke, or I don't want to see this diverse stuff. And it's just like, it's always like that. It's always that one lonely wolf online who's screaming this crap. And they're screaming it because they listen to all these idiots on YouTube talking about the patriarchy and how they're getting replaced and all this other crap. And yes, it is a factor. And I've said this before. If all these Disney movies continue to flop that are diverse, Disney is going to go back to the well, to where it's going to be a predominantly white, predominantly straight, and predominantly like whatever else they do. And all this diverse stuff is going to go away because they just care about money. That is really the only thing they care. When race issues was a hot topic a couple of years ago, Hollywood bounced on it. But the problem is they're casting people who aren't delivering. They're hiring writers and directors who can't cook. And so because of that, once one little movie flop, then those anti-woke people be all like, go woke, go broke, and all this other crap. And so I've said it before. I think Disney is going to go back to what it used to be. Hollywood will too. And then all those toxic little people are going to be jumping up and down. But ask yourself this. Because if you was to ask one of those toxic people this question, they'll never be able to answer it. Now, say they make this Prince Anders movie. Of course, he's going to be white and everything. Because the actor is Norwegian and something else. But he's white. So they already got themselves a white dude in the movie. Say he's going to be straight. What's going to happen if this movie flops? Because it is a live action Disney movie, and they don't do particularly well with critics, but they do well financially. But what if it bombs at the box office? What if it flops? What if people don't like it? What if people just don't go see it for whatever reason? It flops, it bombs. What are these anti-woke people gonna say then? They can't blame it on diversity because this dude's white. They can't blame it on, like, race bending because this dude's white. So what's going to happen if this movie flops? They're not going to say nothing. They are going to be as silent as a mouse on Christmas and everything. They will not even make not one video. Now, if it flops, and say they find one diverse character in the movie, say it's like a girlfriend or a best friend, that person's diverse, oh, they're going to blame it on that person. Because they ain't going to blame it on the main dude and everything. But it's such a double standard because we've seen this before. When a white movie flops and bombs or a TV show flops and bombs, they don't say a word. Look at Beauty and the Beast. It came out many years ago. Some people like it. Some people don't. Some people like Emma singing. Some people don't. Have you noticed they didn't make not one video about that movie? Even with its flaws, with the bad CGI and everything, they did not complain, not once. Why? Because Emma Watson is white. She's not Rachel Zegler. She's not Haley Berry, or whatever her name is. She ain't Keke Palmer. So they have no reason to just like jump on and like attack and everything. And when it comes to the actor playing like, Prince Anders, I was wondering like, who the heck is this dude? So looked him up. And so, yeah, he is from the first Aladdin movie, but he's gonna be in the new Lilo and Stitch movie as Pleakley, the voice of him. He must has a contract where he has to do a couple of Disney movies and stuff like that. He must be an up and rising star, so they wanted to bank on him and everything. So he had this small role in Aladdin. He's going to have a major voice role in like Lilo and Stitch. And so now they're going to give him his own movie. This don't make no sense to me because don't nobody know who this character is. Now, when it comes to the live action Aladdin movie, I said before, I don't like this movie. I don't care if it made $1 billion. I don't like it. I love the animated movie, the animated series. And this movie did not do it for me. But it made $1 billion. But the cast, with the exception of Will Smith, is boring. 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 Aladdin is boring. Jasmine is boring. Jafar is very boring. And like, like seriously, like if they were to make the Return of Jafar, you're gonna need Iago to talk. Like you're just gonna have to. And he doesn't talk the way he does like he did in the animated movie. So that's gonna make it boring right there. The actor who plays Jafar is boring. The actor who plays Aladdin is boring. The actor who plays Jasmine is boring. And so I see why they didn't make the sequel, but at that same time, it would have been the logical choice instead of making this Prince Anders movie. Because who is this guy and why should we care and everything? Like they couldn't make like a Jafar spinoff by him in the past or something like that, or like I don't know, like I just don't know because there's nobody to really spin it off from other than the genie, really. Because everybody else was Jasmine was locked in like the castle, weren't able to leave, and Aladdin was just a poor boy on the street, and that's about it. So this is really, honest to God, a pointless movie that they are now about to make. I don't understand Disney. I thought they were trying to get their act together, because this is like with Disney Plus Marvel shows. They say they're not making no more pointless television shows, this and that, but yet they still are. Maybe Disney just doesn't want us to see. I mean, look at Disney Plus. Everything on Disney Plus gets canceled after 1 or 2 seasons and everything. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.